Yes, sir, you can start.
Yeah, good evening. So this is Professor S. Panikumar, HOD Computer Science, GITAM School of Technology, GITAM deemed to be University Hyderabad campus. First of all, I would like to appreciate all the enthusiastic participants who have registered for this webinar on cloud computing. And this webinar is being conducted by GITAM University in association with Pantech Services Limited. I appreciate. Who is going to be the resource person for this webinar on cloud computing, and I appreciate the coordinators, Dr. Nivandar and Mr. S.D. Varaprasad, for their efforts to make this webinar happen today. And without much delay, I hand it over to the resource person, Mr. Kamalesh Karthi. You can go ahead and you can see that it is fruitful to all the participants. Thank you, Mr. Kamalesh. Over to you.
Yes, sir, thank you, sir. We are very glad to coordinate with you, GITAM Engineering College and then Computer Science Department. And thanks for the professors and then staffs who conducting this wonderful webinar on cloud computing. Thank you, sir. So I will start now. Yeah, welcome to this wonderful webinar on cloud computing. One second, just a minute. Yeah, so welcome to this wonderful webinar on cloud computing. So this webinar is all about how we can build on cloud computing systems. Okay, so this is the things we are doing, and then the program is conducted by GITAM deemed university in Hyderabad. So the Department of Computer Science Engineering and then School of Technology. Okay, so thanks for this wonderful webinar on cloud computing, and then we will enter into the session. So before we enter into the session, I like to introduce about our Pantech solution. So it's origin from 2004 and then 7 branches, and then we have 100 plus employees, and then we are working on 1,200 plus workshops. Okay, our main portfolio is like developing research and development industries projects, and then faculty development programs, and then hands-on training workshops, and then internships and in-plant training, and then short-term course, value-added course, academic projects training, and then customized design service and stage. Okay, so this is our main aim, our main portfolio, but we are covering even CSE and IT department projects also. Okay, like EC and EEE department domain means we have Internet of Things, artificial intelligence and embedded system, robotics, VLSI, FPGA and TMS processors, and then image processing and OpenCV, power electronics, and then electric vehicles. Okay, so these are the area we are covering with EC and EEE domains, and then we have CSE and IT domains also. Okay, so CSE and IT domains means we have like big data and data analytics, Internet of Things, and then Python, Android, Kotlin. So this data mining, text mining, and machine learning, deep learning, data science, cloud computing, mobile computing. These are the area we are covering for CSE and IT domains. Okay, so let me enter into the session of cloud computing. Before that, I like to tell you about the contents of table of contents of this cloud computing today's webinar. Okay, so the types of cloud, and then cloud computing services, and then cloud computing architecture and virtualization and cloud computing, and then grid computing versus cloud computing, and then grid computing and utility computing. So we are covering almost 90% of cloud based technology. Okay, so like grid computing and utility computing and cloud computing and virtualization of cloud computing and privacy of concerns. Okay, so these are the most of the main topics we are covering in today's webinar session about cloud computing. Hope if you attend this full webinar, definitely you will be comes to know what is cloud computing. Okay, so and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel, hit a bell icon, and then if you like this video, hit a like button. Okay, so because each and every day we are posting 2 live streams, that is based 2 webinars based upon the different type of technology, like oriented about MATLAB or simulation or power electronics or power systems, or like if you can take an IoT, Internet of Things, embedded systems, and then machine learning, deep learning, AI, all the things we are covering for morning session and evening session. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and hit a bell icon. Okay, so here we will move on to introduction. So first of all, we need to know what is cloud computing, right? So I hope nowadays everybody will know about this, what is cloud, right? So if you are sharing your data through somewhere, definitely it will be saved, then only it will be retrieved. Okay, so that is called cloud computing. So over the internet. Okay, so over the internet means you can access your data anywhere, everywhere, and anytime. Okay, if you have an data connection, that is, if you have a network connection, means you can access your data anywhere and anytime. So that is over the internet. Okay, so your data will be over the internet, or your application will be accessed using over the internet. Okay, so that is the use of cloud computing. Okay, simply if you want to tell about example about cloud computing means, simply it's like what is that? So if you are saving any Google Drive, if you are sending any mail, means it will be saved somewhere, right? So that is the use of cloud. That is the thing, cloud computing. Okay, so here cloud computing can access different type of data also, or different type of applications also. Okay, so and different type of things also. Okay, so why the cloud computing is this much popular means, for example, if you are if you are developing one new company, okay, like example ABC company. Okay, so for that ABC company, it's an IT company, so you need to buy some softwares or some laptops and some computers, and then some drivers, servers, okay, and then some network connections. Okay, so this much you need to for buying this type of hardwares and all, it take too much cost. Okay, that is one of the negativity if you are new to the IT companies. Okay, and another one thing, we need to maintain those servers and those systems and those hardwares. Okay, so that is another one problem, another one worry about maintenance and management. Okay, so these things and all we can replace by using cloud computing. Okay, so if you are just pay an amount to the cloud users, means they will give you how much GB RAM or how much GB CPU type. Okay, how much hard disk you need, they will allot your all the memories and RAMs virtually, then you can access through the internet everywhere, every time. Okay, so that is called cloud. For example, even more now we know about that Xbox, right? So gaming, Microsoft gaming, right? So Microsoft now they are implementing their gaming technology in our cloud. Okay, so if you have nice internet connection at your home, means you can play your game through online itself. Okay, so with high-end mobile PCs, and then high-end of RAM, and then high-end processors. Okay, so that is one type of cloud. Okay, so this is the introduction to cloud computing. And then here we have again what is cloud. So cloud is nothing but you can access to the remote location. Okay, so cloud can access to the remote location, but you need some internet connection. based upon WAN or LAN or virtual private network, it's not a problem. But you need some private network connection or public network connection to access the services of the cloud. Okay. And then here, what is cloud computing? So cloud computing is nothing but you are manipulating or configuring or accessing the application through online. Okay, so it's fully based upon online data storage and infrastructure. Okay, so cloud computing is both combination of hardware and software. Okay, so till now we, as a normal human being, we are using just a software oriented cloud computing only, but we have hardware oriented cloud computing also. Okay, so hardware oriented cloud computing means, for example, you can take in our channel we work, for example, if in our channel itself we are doing some machine learning project or deep learning project using Google Colab. Okay, so Google Colab, you can take it as an example. Okay, so Google Colab is one of the environment, one of the IDE. Okay, Python IDE, that is Python notebook file. We can access those files in online itself. Okay, using online itself we can access the notebook, but the running of that notebook and then importing package of that notebook in Python library package, all the things are using some virtual machine, that is using some virtual hardware or software. Okay, so the Google Colab also one of the both software and hardware oriented. Okay, so like that we can access our cloud computing using some of the softwares. Okay, so this is one, what is cloud computing. And then here you can see some simple architecture about cloud computing architecture. Okay, so what is cloud computing and what are the architectures? So we can access the cloud computing using web browsers, and then we have front end. The front end is nothing but we are accessing the process, and then back end. So back end is nothing but is all about like web application. Okay, so like web application servers. Okay, how we can access those web application and database servers. Okay, so this is a simple architecture of cloud computing. Okay, next, here you can see, we just before slide we just see what is an architecture. Okay, so how we can access our cloud. This is the simple architecture, right? But in next slide I am showing you what are the things we can access using cloud computing. Okay, first of all, servers. Okay, for example, we already discussed about ABC company, right? Example, if you are newly introducing an IT company, startup company, ABC organization means you need for some, you have definitely have some data. So those data you need to save in your own server, means we need to maintain those server, right? So instead of that, you can use your cloud computing servers. Using the cloud computing servers, you can access whenever you need. Okay, so that is one, servers. And virtual desktop. So virtual desktop is one of important thing. What is the main aim of virtual desktop is, like for example, you are using now simple Windows OS. Okay, so within that Windows OS you need to check how you need to install any other Mac OS. Means what you have to do, you need to erase all the OSs in your C drive, and then you need to put another new OSs in that driver. Okay, so this is what we are doing for Mac OS or any other thing. But if you are using a virtual desktop, you can do multiple OSs, you can run your multiple OSs. Okay, so using some virtual machine softwares you can do that one. Okay, that is cloud computing. And then software platform, software oriented. So if you have low end device, you can install your application or software over the cloud itself, and you can access your things. Okay, so that is one of the example of Google Colab. Okay, software platform. And then applications, you can develop your own application and you can run within that. So that is application. And then storage, data. So these are the things available in cloud computing. Okay, so one of the example of cloud based, one is Google and Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Service. Okay, so Amazon Web Service is one of the world biggest cloud source compared to any other organization. Why? Because 80% of if you are comparing except Amazon, if you are comparing all the other organization softwares like Microsoft Azure or Google or any other organization, if you are comparing this all the thing, and then here in other hand if we have Amazon, means it will be not equal to both. Why? Because Amazon is the one of the best and world largest web service. Okay, and then here we have benefits of cloud computing. So lower IT infrastructure, that is what we already discussed about. If you are start up an IT company, we don't need to give any infrastructure, that is we don't need to waste our infrastructure for computers or servers. Okay, improved performance. Okay, definitely we will achieve high end processors and high end RAMs and all we should be available. Then fewer maintenance only. Okay, so we don't need to maintain those cloud computing. Okay, so they will maintain our data, and then instant software updates, and then improved compatibility between operating system. Okay, and then backup and recovery, performance and scalability, increased storage capacity, and increased data safety. Okay, so this is benefits of cloud computing, and the basic concepts of cloud computing is totally two types. Okay, so they are certain services, because in cloud computing also we have different type of services are there. Okay, so based upon the services, the clouds will be they provided to you. Okay, so we have totally two types of services are there: deployment model services and service model. Okay, so we will see one by one what is deployment model and what is service model, and then we will discuss about this too. Okay, the first one is before we go into this concept deployment model and service model, I like to tell about types of cloud. Okay, so what are the types of cloud we have? The types of cloud is totally we have like public cloud, private cloud, and then hybrid cloud, and then community cloud. Okay, note here this is deployment model. Okay, so deployment model is have totally 4 types: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. Okay, so in name itself we have some suggest what is public, what is private, and what is hybrid and what is community, but we will discuss about one by one what is those and all. Okay, so here you can see here we have types of cloud. So what is the public cloud means whoever can access the cloud. Okay, so like it's a scalable, it's a reliable, and then it's a inexpensive because we don't need to pay any cost, and then it's a location independent. Okay, so whoever can access your cloud, that is public cloud. In other hand we have private cloud. Okay, so private cloud is like a scalable and secured one, and it's a flexible. Okay, so this is all about private cloud. And hybrid cloud is nothing but we can combine of 2 cloud systems. Okay, whether it's a public or private, we can combine 2 hybrid systems, that is called hybrid cloud. Okay, so then we see about what is public cloud. So public cloud we are using. Okay, so nowadays we are using for mail or Gmail. Okay, or Microsoft Outlook, or you are using Google Drive or Google Photos. So this and all example for public cloud. Okay, so they will provide you can access within that is public cloud. But private cloud is totally different. Why? Means it's within organization only. So if you are doing any startup company, so within that company you are creating one cloud based system, and then you are accessing the data, that is within organization. Okay, so that is private cloud. And then community cloud. Okay, so community cloud is nothing but group of organization. Okay, so the hybrid is different, community cloud is different. Okay, how community cloud is like start like IT. For example, only the companies like IT based companies only available in that within that group. Okay, so they will share the information about that. That is community cloud. But hybrid cloud is totally different. Okay, so hybrid cloud like both have public cloud and private cloud. Okay, so for example, you can take it your our like e-commerce website. Okay, so e-commerce websites have both double role, right? So one of the role is to showing their website and showing their product to the public, right? So that is one side, and another one side is private. The private is nothing but the paying of bill amount and changing of amount and changing of products and all private cloud. Okay, so they will adjust the adjustments and then payments and all taken by private cloud based, and then public clouds and all just for watching the website. Okay, so this is called hybrid cloud. Okay, so community cloud and hybrid cloud, this is the difference. Then here you can see the next one, we will see about cloud computing services. Now, like we have that is we seen about deployment services. Okay, next one we will see about services, different type of cloud computing services. One of the main three services is like SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. Okay, software as a service, platform as a service, and then infrastructure as a services. Okay, so software as a services and platform as a services and infrastructure as a services we will discuss about. Okay, and then first one, software as a services. So software as a service is nothing but we can, in name itself we can suggest we can develop our own software within that. Okay, so for the end users. Okay, software, that is we can using web based remotely you can access your software using web based. Okay, so that is called software as a services. And then example you can see Google or Facebook. Okay, so they will give some options to access. Okay, and they will using that option we will access the software. Okay, so that is software as a services. Okay, so example Facebook or Google, like that. But we have platform as a services. Okay, platform as a service means they will provide you runtime environment. Okay, runtime environment is nothing but we can install the applications or we can develop the application. For developing an application we have tools are available, that is softwares are available, IDEs are available. Using that we can develop the platform as a services. Okay, so platform as a services provide the facilities of building and developing web applications. Okay, so that is platform as a services. So here PaaS example like Amazon Web Service, Azure, Microsoft Azure, and Rackspace. Okay, and Salesforce.com. Okay, so these are some of the example for PaaS. Okay, so we can take it as an example PaaS. And the next one, infrastructure as a services. Okay, infrastructure as a services is nothing but they will provide the services which, okay, so whatever you need you can access with that service. Okay, so for nothing, software as a service means we can access only a software related. But if it is an what is it next one, this PaaS. Okay, that is platform as a service means we can do some process with the backend. But infrastructure as a service means we can do whatever we need. Okay, like we can change the OS or we can change the virtual machine, we can create a virtual storage. Okay, or we can change the even application support also. Okay, whatever we need we can do with infrastructure as a services. Okay, so the mostly it will be used for developing company. Okay, developers and developing companies and all, mostly it will be useful. Even more, if you have doubt with these three services, next slide I will show you exactly what is the use of types of services. Okay, so here we can see here we have IaaS, that is first we discussed about software as a service, right? So if we take a software as services, we are using Google Document or Office 365 in online, like that. Okay, PaaS, that is platform as a services, we can use Google App Engine. Okay, so AWS Elastic. So this under PaaS, platform as a services. And next one IaaS. So this one is AWS Elastic. Okay, so about this in next slide you can see this is the services accessible. Okay, how you can manage. For example, in SaaS we can manage only this much only. Okay, only data only we can manage. But in PaaS we can use, you can manage the data and we can manage the applications. Okay, that is PaaS. So in IaaS you can see we can manage or we can change the middleware, we can change even OS also. Okay, so that is the difference between IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. Okay, I hope now you will be understood about these services. So next one, cloud computing architecture. Okay, so about architecture we already seen, but we'll see in next slide. But before that you can see we have different type of cloud. Okay, we can use different type of cloud technology, but mostly we will know about only Google or only Microsoft Azure like that only. But we can different type of things are there, like YouTube, Netflix and Evernote, Dropbox, okay, Amazon Cloud Drive, SkyDrive. So we have more eBay, Instagram, iCloud. Okay, so this is and all most one of the technology, cloud computing technologies. Okay, then virtualization and cloud computing. Virtualization is one of the main thing, not only in cloud computing, even in real time also. Okay, virtualization is one of the main technology we need to use. Definitely it will be used for somewhere. Okay, not only in cloud computing. Let me see about this one. Okay, so virtualization is nothing but like we can change the OSs without deleting the current OS. Okay, so that is called virtualization using some other softwares. Okay, like VMware, we have VBox, we have VirtualBox. Okay, using that VMware or VirtualBox we can do the installation of any other OS within our PC, and then we can use that OSs. Okay, so this is free and this is the fast and it will be easy. So here you can see one of the architecture. Here you can see, here I am having only an PC with Mac OS. Okay, for example, I am having an PC, the PC with Mac OS I am having, but now I need to install the Windows OS in my PC. Okay, so what I have to do means I am virtualizing the OS. How we are virtualizing means I will install some other tools. Okay, tools means like VMware, okay, or virtual machine. We have different type of tools available in online. Using that virtual machine tools, I am installing the software in my Mac OS. After installing software in my Mac OS, I will download the Windows OS in online. Then I will install the OS within this virtual machine. Okay, so after I am installing the OS in my virtual machine, if I need any time, that is anywhere. Okay, so if I need to work with Windows means I will run this virtual machine is enough. Okay, automatically it will be execute and we can work on it. Okay, so this will be done using our PC also. Okay, but here it's the topic is all about cloud computing, right? So we can do this one even using the cloud computing technology also. Okay, so that's why we are using here cloud. That is, this is, if I do this one in cloud means that is called cloud virtualization. Okay, so if I do this one local PC means it's it's a real time, but if I done this one for cloud means it's a cloud virtualization. That's a basic things. Okay, so we have different type of virtualization also available, that is network virtualization, server virtualization, and then storage virtualization. Okay, so we will see about one by one what are the things we have. Okay, the first one, is all about network virtualization. Okay, network virtualization is like we can visualize our connectivity. Okay, for example, if you are having an just like a sharing the bandwidth, okay, sharing a bandwidth into a different type of channels. Okay, that is you just sharing an hotspot in your mobile phone to your friends now, like same thing only, sharing the bandwidth to the different type of PCs, but the each bandwidth will be an it will be like same only. Okay, not any changes. So network virtualization, and then we have server virtualization. So server virtualization is all about masking of servers. That is, we can reduce the burden and complexity of the server. Okay, so if I have a server, if I have a single server, for the single server, if I give any work means it will be if I give a multiple number of work means it will be take some task, it will give some tasks slowly, right? So what I will do means I will mask the original server into different type of things. So I will give the task each server in different way. Okay, so that is the use of server virtualization. And then storage virtualization, so we can visualize even storage also. The multiple network storage will be converted into the single storage device. Okay, so that is the use of storage virtualization. And then next we will enter into the grid computing and cloud computing. So grid computing and cloud computing. So first of all, we need to know what is grid computing. Okay, so grid computing is nothing but allowing them to function as whole. Okay, so it will be used by IT resources only. Okay, so they will give the cloud, we can do whatever we need. That is grid computing. It's more often used for scientific research or university for educational purpose only. Okay, so mostly scientific research, universities or educational purpose, they will use the grid computing. So example of grid computing is this one only. Okay, like here you can see we have a power station. The power station provide the power, and then it will be transformed to the transformer. Then each area will receive same amount of current, right? So up to farm, up to village, up to town, we will receive same amount of data. Okay, so that is the one of the example of grid computing. Okay, so if you are accessing through internet, through Ethernet, we will connect the different type of computer node, n number of computer node, and then using that n number of computer node, we will access only an front end. Okay, front end node whenever we need any task. Okay, so this will be performed with that task. That is called grid computing. Okay, so here we can see grid computing versus cloud computing. So normally it's a service oriented, that is cloud computing is normally service oriented. We can utilize the computer resource, but here what is the main aim of grid computing is, so it will be based upon the available resources, we can interconnect the computers. Okay, then it's a decentralized model. Centralized model means like cloud computing is a centralized one and grid computing is a decentralized one. What is the difference between centralized and decentralized? Means the way of running the servers. Okay, centralized means if you want to access your Gmail account, we need to use Google server, right? So that is centralized model. But decentralized means if you want to access any organization product or anything, we don't need any particular server. Okay, so each and every nodes in that network act as a server. That is decentralized network. Okay, so here it's a comparative between single party. So it's a cloud computing is a single party oriented. They will maintain by single parties only, but grid computing is a multiple parties. Okay, so generally grid computing and blockchain technology is like same. Okay, so blockchain also decentralized network only. Okay, and then cloud has more service offers, but here it's limited service offers only. And cloud computing is typically provided with single organization, like we already discussed, right? So Amazon, and it's different organization. Okay, then cloud computing versus utility computing. Okay, so we have not only we have grid computing, we have utility computing also, but utility computing is totally different compared to cloud computing and grid computing. Why? Means we need to pay. Okay, so we need to pay according to the usage. Okay, according to the usage, according to the data wise, we need to pay the billing method. Okay, so virtual private network or over the internet, we need to use the utility computing. And then utility computing is generally for like CRM, that is customer relationship management or anything. Okay, generally what is utility computing means, you are using Facebook, right? So Facebook will collect your all the data and save it in somewhere. Okay, so what the using the data, they will sell your data. Okay, based upon the your liked pages and your liked colors and then liked movies. Okay, so that is basically based upon your data, they will sell by any other organization. That is utility computing. Okay, so customer relationship management. So how the customer will be looking for, that is customer relationship management. Then here utility computing versus cloud computing. So utility computing is more favorable when we perform the section of infrastructure critical, and it's an great easy to, but cloud computing is great easy to work on it. Okay, so and then we have like some of the business models, and we have like some of the understanding architectures areas. Okay, so this is the basic difference between utility computing and cloud computing. Okay, so next one, this is here we have overall comparison, that is overall recap about cloud versus utility versus grid computing. So just to take a screenshot and then you can check on it what is the overall comparison. And then security concerns of cloud computing, this is important, right? Because our data is stored in somewhere in cloud. Okay, so even our personal data is also stored somewhere. We are not take care about this, but they will take care of our data. But we can't apologize that 100% its data is breaches or not. Okay, so for one of the example, recently we some of the Twitter account are hacked, some of the VIPs took Twitter account hacked. Okay, so how they are hacking? Using some of the vulnerabilities. Okay, using some of the malicious or using some of the malware injection, they are doing those things. Okay, so that is the main thing of cloud computing. That is main security concerns of main thing is like one is data breaches. Data breaches is data will be leaked somewhere else. Okay, so recently the Facebook users name and passwords recently leaked in somewhere openly in websites. Okay, that is data breaches. Okay, and then identity and access management. Okay, so we can't for example, if you have an Gmail account, okay, so somebody will trying to use your Gmail account and then try to give your password, and then they can access. They can't know, but Gmail will be not know you are logging or any other persons are logging. Okay, so this accessing management and insecure APIs, and then system vulnerabilities, and then account hijacking and malicious inside threats, and the data loss. Okay, and malware injection, DDoS attack. In DDoS attack we have different type of attacks like black hole attack, wormhole attack, man in the middle attack. Okay, so this and all one of the security concerns of our cloud computing. Okay, then privacy concerns. The privacy concerns is like what is the advantage and what is the disadvantage we will see. So privacy concerns is like lower computer cost and improved performance, reduced. So these are the advantages of device independence and easier group collaboration. But disadvantage of privacy concern is like stored data can be lost. Sometime it will be lost, and sometime it will be not secure, and it will be slow. We need any time with data connection, and its future might be limited. Okay, so now they are giving some 15 GB offer nowadays Gmail account, but in future it will be reduced. So these are some of the disadvantages. Okay, So that's it about today's session about cloud computing. And if you have any doubt regarding this webinar, you may ask it in our comment box. I will give you the explanation about detailing. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding this, you just okay, so today's feedback link available in our comment section also and description link also, so please check it out and then find it out. Okay, so use Chrome browser, better experience. You can use for certificate attendance link, you can use Chrome browser, and then feedback link available in our chat box. You can just check it out. If you have any doubt regarding today's webinar, you can ask it in our comment section. Okay, so there is no message. Okay, so I will like to tell you something about internships. Here we are planning to give a technical training program. It's fully hands-on training only. So in August 2020, so it starts from 3rd August, duration 5 days and 2 hours per day. So if you are willing to join with this internship program, technical training program, you can join. The cost is for non-ISF student members 350 and ISF members 300. Okay, so you can contact. And then here we have an internship program, that is 15 days internship program, and fees is 1600. The domains like deep learning, machine learning, electric vehicle, Android app development, and IoT protocols and all. So if you wanna join, you can join. I will show you the numbers of the faculty. I will show you some of the members. You can call to that numbers and you can register for your internship. So it's now going on. The batch started from 10th August. Now it's going on. So if you are willing to join for next batch, you can contact the persons. Like I will tell you about the contact person. And then here we have weekend workshops. So week 1, week 2, week 3 completed. We have week 4 and week 5. So if you want to study about related approaches of artificial intelligence or hands-on electric vehicle, and then some of the Microsoft Azure protocol and OpenCV packages, you can contact. So this program is all about 2 hours per day, totally 2 days only. Okay, so the fees is 300. So if you need those internship related details, even more furthermore information, you can contact those persons like Mr. Sendil Kumar, Mr. Srinivasan and Mr. Kumarasamy. They will help you. You just take a screenshot and then you can call to the person and they will help you about your internship and then webinars also. Okay, and if you have any doubt regarding this webinar, you can contact me on hyd.java@pantechmail.com. And if you need any upcoming event related information, you can contact on WhatsApp and Telegram. Okay, so the WhatsApp number is this 7010888841, and then Telegram channel name is pantechelearning. Okay, so you can contact with us, they will help you. And then thank you for this wonderful webinar by the GITAM Institute of Technology. Okay, so thank you for this wonderful webinar by Computer Science Engineering and Technology. Okay, so thanks for the HODs and then faculty members and then coordinators who conducting this wonderful webinar with Pantech e-learning. Thank you all. Have a nice day.